Hey, it's Todd Ault. It's the 29th of March. Our 40th episode. The show turned 40 today.
Big 40. 4-0.
Yeah, 4-0. Exactly. Hey, a crazy time. If you're a hedge fund and you were found guilty or pled guilty to wire fraud and insider trading, and then later on you became a family office and you borrowed billions of dollars with swaps, and you blew up and caused margin calls, I'd trade Viacom on that news.
Family office.
That family office took $200 million into $15 billion and back down again. Those people out there, how do you say that, Roland? Roland's in the audience. Say Argigo.
Yeah.
Archigo, who is a Tiger Cub. It was Tiger Asia. He came out of Julian Robertson, one of my favorite guys on Wall Street ever, one of the nicest guys on Wall Street, Julian Robertson. Been around a long time. They call them Tiger Cubs if they came out of Tiger management. And he was very successful for a long time. Goldman Sachs refused to do business with him after he committed wire fraud. He pled guilty to wire fraud. We're talking about Wang now, Bill Wang, right? And he has caused pain for Credit Suisse, many other banks, because of margin calls, big leverage on those swaps, and avoided filing those 13Ds. And I wondered the whole time why. Remember, I even talked about on the show. Those of you who follow the show know we talked about why did Viacom go from $10 to $100?
Yeah.
But look at GSX. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Is it GSK or GSX?
It's GSX. GSK is GlaxoSmithKline.
Okay, GSX. That stock ran. In fact, I know someone that was short that stock who got their head cut off. And later on, boom, it's 32 today, right?
Yep.
He was in that, was one of his biggest holdings. This guy took people to the woodshed, man. I mean, this guy took them out and beat them.
Yeah, he got Nomura a little bit, Credit Suisse. Yeah, it was just a mess, man. It's still going on.
It looks like Goldman was the one that pulled the plug and knocked him out. You like that? I do. We're going to figure this out eventually.
But the thing is, what are we doing with Viacom now? Because we're
long.
Yeah, we have a long position.
I bought some Discover in the hole for full disclosure.
Right.
Traded that, made a little bit of profit, just a tiny weeny profit.
Yeah, it was small.
And then bought Viacom in the hole today, made a little profit, but I cut the position back from 15,000 shares to 9,000.
You want to take a look at the chart?
Yeah, I see it. Let's pull it up.
Yeah.
Sherry Redstone, I bet you're not happy with the way the market's treating you. Sherry Redstone, for those people who don't know, is the chairperson of what is now called Viacom CBS. I don't know why it says this on the screen the way it says. I'm confused because is this real time?
Yeah, it's 44.95.
Really?
Let me just double check because that's a little bit of a lag.
Yeah, that seems a little bit lagging to me because I was looking earlier and it looked like it was higher.
44.96.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
it is actually
on
it has actually gotten walloped.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a give back. Ouch. That's a scoocher. Ouch. Ow. Yeah, that did not feel good. 9,000 down.
Yeah, what's going to happen these next 2 days before the end of the quarter? That's the question.
Well, they're whipping these things around. Richard Ritter spent 99 cents on Super Chat. Thank you, buddy.
All right.
Richard, we got to meet each other somehow. Talk on Zoom or something, whatever.
Richard, give us a question.
Breaching fiduciary duty. I wouldn't hope they deal with him. He had been clean for about 10 years, and he became a family office. And I don't think it's illegal to trade after you get in trouble like that. But I'm sure they're not happy with him. Michael Walker, I'm sure they're not happy with him. I see you on the chat. Thank you so much. I see Richard too. It's cool. Someone's going to have to explain the Super Chat thing to me because they're on there. They've helped the show, and I think it's great. I'm so appreciative. But Josh, the producer, is going to have to teach me. Okay, apparently everything's politically correct. So what word can I use to say treat me like? How about this? How about treat me like I don't know what I'm doing?
Wow.
Ooh, is that politically correct? How about that? I don't know what I'm doing.
I thought we explained this.
I still don't get it, but we're going to get on to. I want to get to the numbers. So let's cover the Dow. Let's cover the S&P, the Nasdaq, gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum, copper. Let's go. Let's go.
For such a bad day, the Dow actually set a new record again, plus 98, 33,171. The Nasdaq was down 80, 13,059. S&P down 3 points, 3971. Bitcoin actually 57,560 at the time we came on air, and Ethereum was 1812. So we made it through Max Payne Day last Friday with Bitcoin. We really didn't even sniff 50,000. So there was really no worries there. Oil $61.60, up 63 cents. Gold and silver got slaughtered today. Gold $17.12, down $20. That's a big move down. Silver actually $24.72. That's down 39 cents. Copper $4.04.
Hey, excluding our 13D positions, let me tell you what we're long. AUMN. This is for full disclosure. Those people watch this show. This is the 40th show. We tell you what we own. We are not here to recommend buying and selling stocks. We are not telling you to buy them. We are not telling you to do anything with them. This is for entertainment purposes only. But we do put our money where our mouth is, and we tell you what we're doing. And today was a painful day. AUMN, we're long that. We're long DSS. We're long GE. I just bought that today, an initial position back in the swag again. GWAC, GWAC, we're long that SPAC. I'm not going to talk about the 13D positions. You can find those filings at the SEC.gov site. LTBR, we're long that. ODT, we're long that. Palantir, I bought that at, believe it or not, 21 today.
Wow.
What is happening there?
Oh, the CEO came out and said, hey, if you're
Don't trade my stock.
Yeah. Don't trade my stock.
Ouch. POWW, House of Pain there. Ironically, we're still at a profit, but it doesn't feel good to me right now with giving back what we had in our gains. We had great gains in POWW. We're still optimistic about gunbroker.com. I know Roland is, but we have a ton of money in POWW. Another 13D name I want to talk about, TRCH.
Torch. We're getting torched.
They're torching you.
Torching
they
me.
burn the hairs off of
That's
your
my
rear,
baby.
rear end, baby.
Yep, that's a reverse
and
takeover.
we're along a little WIMI.
Wimmy. That's a good
Wimmy,
spot.
for sure.
Yeah, that's a
Let's go
long.
back to the other accounts just so we can cover all bases. We are along Boeing. We're along Icon Enterprises. We're long a little SSY. That's no longer a 13D name. We are long CLBS. We are long AEZS. We are long NVOS. We are long CleanSpark, CLSK. We are long Box, BOX. We are long Viacom. And we are short GameStop.
Oh, really? Is that
That
right?
pause you heard is me saying I'm short GameStop. And we are long the CLS GameStop, or CLX CleanSpark calls, the 22.5 calls that expire down the road.
Yeah, we got to get going on CleanSpark.
Yeah. How do you ask, are we short GameStop? Or you say, Todd, are you out of your mind? Why would you be short GameStop? I would not be short GameStop. I am short the calls.
Oh, okay.
So I got paid a premium,
Yeah, that's right.
to do that, right?
I remember that one.
I sold naked calls.
Yep.
So Jason, do you want to explain to people what it means to be naked?
So I was just thinking about NAKD also, but that's something totally different.
No. Don't go there. Yeah.
So right now you harvest the premium from the GameStop long position we had, right?
Right. So I have no GameStop in my portfolio,
Yeah.
and I've sold calls, the 200 calls, and they paid me $65.
They were like April 16th?
They were July's.
Oh, they were July's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's a huge premium there.
Yeah, $265. Yeah.
Yeah. So how many do we have?
I'm not going to disclose that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine.
And the only reason I would do that is because I don't want anybody out there, we know who you are, to know what I'm short.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Total.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Not going to happen.
Good point.
Right.
Good point.
Could be 2, could be 20, could be 100.
That's true.
Right.
You know, we've been
But not enough to put me out of business like some people.
right, of course. No, we're not. We're
not stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I've been stupid before, and I'll be
Nah.
stupid again, but not with GameStop.
I mean, we're kind of rolling with the rolling mountains of the market right now. I mean, we've got a lot of long positions, a lot of different names. You want to talk about how we might strategize in the next 2 days to maybe cut some of these names, or do you want to go into that strategy at all, or no?
Well, we get marked to the market. You know, we get marked every quarter. So
Yeah.
obviously we have to look at the next tonight and tomorrow. You and I'll be looking about what we want to go long into the new quarter.
Right.
And I see some things on the chopping block.
So yeah, when you talk about the chopping block, all I can think about is Andrea's finger. I don't know. That's a bad phrase.
It is. But her finger, I saw it the other day, and it's attached still.
That was a great idea to take a picture every day.
Every day.
And you can see there's no redness.
Right.
It's healing up nice.
Right.
It looked like a prune on day one.
Well, part of my initial experience on Wall Street was investing in healthcare, right? And I immersed myself in healthcare-like things. So I know enough about healthcare to be dangerous. I actually was the founder and chairman and CEO of a company called Patient Safety Technologies, which later sold to Stryker for $120 million. I actually bought the company for $3.5 million. It later sold for $120 million. Now, that was 9 years of pain, and I ultimately, I wasn't there when it was sold.
Right.
I founded the company, acquired Surgicount Medical. But I learned during that process, I actually did a study with Atul Gawande, who's a pretty famous doctor now. And I learned through that process the basics of biology.
Right.
And one thing I learned, which is a simple remedy, is take a picture of it in comparison to something else. Because my first wife had a bunch of moles on her back, right? And people don't do the basics here for health. Okay, this is what do you call that? What do you call that, Brett, when you have a moment when you give disclosure? It's like a healthcare disclosure, like when you're trying to help people. You know, like CNBC, or not CNBC, NBC
Like a public service
public
announcement?
service announcement. Oh, yeah, got it. Thank you. It's a public service announcement. People don't take the time, but you have an iPhone now. There's no excuse. You have a regular, Android phones too. I don't know why anyone owns those things. Anyways, my wife has one. They suck. I don't know why she's like, I'm not going to Apple.
Yeah,
Our
not
whole
a
family's
fan.
Apple except for her. Anyways, so you take a penny or a dime, usually a penny because of the copper color, and then you put it up against the mole and you take a picture. And you have a permanent record of if it's changing over time. It takes 2 seconds, but it can save your life. That's why I said with Andrea, take a picture every day of the healing.
Yeah.
Because you can see whether it's healing weird, if it's red the day before or not. You'll have a nice path of healing. And if it's not red and inflamed, you'll know it's healing well, right?
Yeah, it's sewing up nicely. So.
Anyways, that was a public service announcement too. Take pictures of things on your body to make sure if they change later. It's stupid for people. I had a friend, Jackie Sipe, who died of having cancer on her arm. She got it right here, a spot on her arm, or was it under here? One of the places under here. And later on, 6 years later, she died.
Wow.
It went into the bone, and she died from it. And I know my buddy Steve Sipe, who's been a friend of mine most of my life, since I was 19 or 20 years old, lost one of the loves of his life over something that was a carcinoma, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Anyways, wow, that was a detour. Josh isn't happy. He's not smiling right now. Come on.
Hey,
buddy.
that's all right.
Be with us.
Sometimes we got to give some information
Yeah,
that's
sure.
not related to a market.
So, Andrea, for those of you who don't know who are seeing the show for the 4-day show, Jason Bartholomew is my partner here in crime on the show. We trade together. We play poker together. However, I'm not quite as good as you. He's a professional poker player, former Major League Baseball player who played in the minor leagues. I got to make it's always clear.
This guy.
Disclosure. Threw the ball.
Yeah.
Jason's wife was walking the dogs out the door here. Why don't you give him a description of what happened?
Well, so okay, it's windy in Vegas. Not quite.
This is a public service announcement too.
Yeah, be careful. So in Chicago, it's obviously one of the most windy cities. Obviously, the name. In Vegas, though, we get some dust storms. I'm new to Vegas, but a lot of wind here. So Andrea's taking the dogs out to use to do their business, and it's windy. And she's coming back in from the business, and she opens the first door, and the dogs come in. And then when she goes to open the second door, the first door is still lagging because of the wind. Mm-hmm. And then it catches like a vacuum type wind. And that vacuum force causes the door that she has a hold of to actually slam on her finger. Luckily, the dogs weren't in the middle. They were actually still they were still traversing through. They didn't quite get caught in the middle, but it went right against her finger, and it could have chopped it right off.
You thought it actually did chop it off.
It was nasty.
Yeah, it looked like roast beef, you said.
Yeah, it was like 70 lean, not
Lean,
that good.
like half fat, half protein.
Yeah, it looked like bad.
Right, full. Okay, got it.
Yeah, a lot of saturated
Hey, anyways,
fat.
her finger was saved by them sewing it back on.
So, yeah, we rolled over to a nice place off of Harmon, Elite Medical. Shout out to Elite Medical. I did give them a 5-star Yelp review, and, yeah, they were awesome.
What's amazing is something you thought it was terribly bad. When do you ever hear, like this is, all those people out there who have pretty hefty medical bills, those people back in California that I left, when you go to get something done in California, what it cost? Your whole medical bill was what?
About $350.
$350.
Yeah, it was $350.
$350.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That was exactly
Doesn't
what it
even
was.
seem possible.
That's what it was.
All they did was sew
X-ray,
it up, right?
5-6 stitches, X-ray. Yeah, the doctor, the visit to the urgent care or whatever they do. They got like a nice place up there with cappuccinos and chips and cookies.
She's in health. She's in good shape, so
Yeah.
it's healing pretty nicely.
Yeah, looking good.
Hey, what topic we want to get to next?
We want to cover some more tickers.
Okay, want to cover some tickers. Later on the show, we're going to talk about HOAs. Any of you part of a homeowners association? We're going to talk about homeowners associations, what happens with them. Talk about Risk On. I'm going to tell you a story over the weekend that will make you love homeowners associations.
What the HOA is like, kind of like Popeye. I will gladly pay you Sunday for a move-in today?
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Something like
exactly.
that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so
I love that show.
that was crazy.
I don't miss a meat. Hey, we get right on to hamburgers, right, Josh?
When you
Can I have a hamburger today and I'll pay you Tuesday?
when you told me about that, and we're going to get into it, I didn't believe you. Like
It's not believable. But
everything that was going up to that,
No,
and then that.
It's not believable how tough that was.
Well, let's cover
Let's
some
cover
more,
some tickers. Let's do that. We're here to talk about tickers.
What do I got lined up over there? I got Baidu lined up. They were part of the hedgy activity. Take a look at
Baidu. Now, hey, Roland, let's give me the name again. What's it called? The what? Archigo. Let's go to the 5-day. Let's pull it up there, my friend. So this doesn't actually do it justice. This is 260 up here.
Yeah.
This is 180 down here, 175. Hello.
I wish we couldn't have got that little spike
Hello.
back for VIAC.
Hello. Look at that.
That's pretty bad.
This is not a good day for Baidu. Okay, so here's Baidu today. Still tapped back below below 100 and below $200.
Oh, we got all kinds of comments here.
Wow, here.
Oh, the third's on here. What's up, the third?
You see the new Hummer EV? Oh, dude, I'm pretty excited about it. I know a lot of people are excited about it.
Yeah, what is that, like $1.17? I gotta up my trading game for that thing. That's like 117 base, I think.
ODT. Hummer. Okay, cool. We're going to talk about all these things. Let's
Yeah,
keep it going.
for sure.
So Baidu was part of that trade from, what's his name again? Bill Wang. Jeez, I got to
Wang.
Hey, we're going to hire you as an analyst. Hey, Bill Wang and that whole Goldman Sachs, we're going to blow you up today thing. So I don't know what you want to say here other than people following Baidu.
Well, what I wanted to do, you know how you talk about the picture next to the copper penny, or you take a picture? I just wanted to look at that and look at Viacom. Just kind
Okay, got it.
That's why
one thing I want to say I saw on CBC this morning, they talked about Viacom only actually being down 2% in the last 2 months, which means it had a huge run.
Dude, I sent you the offering, the terms.
Yeah,
At
huge run,
85.
85. Just imagine you're the guy or girl who just stepped up and put $3 billion in Viacom at 85. How you feeling right now?
Yeah, I'm not feeling good.
I mean, you lost 40 points. That's like half.
I'd rather have that roast beef finger.
You lost half your money.
Yeah,
That $3 billion got vaporized to $1.5 billion. I mean, you got to be feeling bad about that trade.
Yeah, you know how, remember on like Tommy Boy where I think it was David Spade who rigged the door up because he smashed it off the gas pump, remember?
Right.
And then Farley comes out and the door is rigged up onto the Dodge Dart or whatever
He
the heck
put
it
it
was.
back on,
and then
right.
he opened the door and it just like fell off the damn hinges and Spade is like, "What'd you do?" So yeah, there was pretty much
Got
that.
it.
Pretty
Got
much
it, for
that,
sure.
Yeah.
So let's go to Hall of Fame. Now, personally, I wanted to kick you today.
650.
What should I say to you on this topic?
Dude, I was trying to
you
take
got
a
me.
winner.
I sold the whole thing at 560, and it went to 675, dude. Right after I sold it,
I know.
literally right after I sold, I had 25,000 shares.
I didn't know you weren't going to scale out. I
scaled out. I sold a little 550, 560, 565. The whole thing's gone, and then I mean, dude.
This is how you sold out right here. It was one bullet.
I'm miserable here.
Market sell all. All right, it's gone. He says it's gone.
Oh,
Poof.
miserable here.
Oh man. I mean, I don't know what to think about these non-fungible tokens. I mean, DLP, the other one, like it's just that's the only. You know what? Like that's it's a bad market.
The purpose of this show is to show you risk on.
Yeah.
And there's risk on of taking things off too soon, put them on too quickly. It's not a straight line, man. You make some stupid mistakes. We make lots of them. I've been doing this for 32 years, and I still make mistakes all the time.
You know, that thing was upside down pretty good in our account for a little while.
Yeah, for a little bit. Yeah. So what do you want to tell these people how stupid I am?
Yeah, I just want to see that we missed some value.
You
there.
feel good there?
I don't
All right.
feel good at all.
You
about
feel
that
good
one.
telling everyone I'm stupid?
You want to make yourself look smart?
No. What's this one?
Go 3 over. Keep going. Oh, SeaChange, that was a day trade. We didn't trade it, but I was just admiring it.
Hey, let's talk about this. This is the shipper, right?
No. This is more of a, they got a contract for a large broadband company. Yeah, you would think it would be a shipper with the Suez Canal. It's kind of a head fake there. But no, they actually do digital multi-screen video, stuff like that. Video delivery platforms, yeah.
Up $1 today, up 101%.
Yeah, it moved pretty strong.
All right, and it's $245 in the aftermarket. Everybody you know and your whole crowd will be trading this name. You'll call me up at 1 in the morning and say, "Hey, buy some at 3," and the next trade will be 70.
It didn't run that early. I would have called you. Yeah.
Would you have?
Yeah.
So consistently, sometimes you call me, sometimes you don't.
It depends.
We got to work on this.
The market's boring sometimes. I went right to sleep at 1:30.
Those of you who watched last week, the show, we had a stock 3 stocks that Jason called me up in a row. One that went from 5 to 70 in about 8 seconds.
It literally did.
Yeah, stupid, crazy.
But
wow. Okay,
we're
so
gonna hit a couple
anyone
of
know
those.
anything about SeaChange International? I don't know anything about it, but Jason brings it up on our radar. It's up 100% today. Let's go to the next screen here.
Fun times right here. You know they own a company, right? That yeah, it's coiling on the 2 minute after hours.
God.
You know they own a brass company too, right? They bought for $27
All I can
million.
tell you, this is me this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, we're holding in there.
Yeah.
This is me at 10 minutes later. Oh, we're not holding in there.
Every day at market open, it sells off, and then it consolidates down there at the rest of the day with no power.
5-day.
Yeah.
The 1 month. Hey, they're down on the 1 month now, down $1.57. They're 5. Okay, this is one more chart here. They're up in the 6 month, $3.
Over double, yeah.
That's where Roland bought it, right here.
Yeah, 3 something. Nice entry.
Yeah, we are in this right. We're right this in line here.
We traded this though a couple of times.
Yeah, we're what is it? Satish. MLND is down 37 cents today after Tempest, and now it's a proposed.
That sounds
merger.
like an OTC ticker. Maybe not.
Is
though.
it? Let's check it out.
MLND. Maybe not.
MLND. All right, Boeing. Everyone knows who watches this show. We are long Boeing.
Oh, it's a biotech.
From 213, we are long a put $1 million in this name.
They got another contract with Southwest today. Did I read that?
I didn't see that.
I think they did something with Southwest today. I just glimpsed at it.
Huh.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, good. Well, we'll check it out.
737s.
Everyone knows we're long this.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the reopening play for us. We think that, first of all, they borrowed a ton of money, but they didn't take government money.
No bailout.
And I think it shows. I mean, let me give you our logic. This is Wildenmein's logic, and maybe a little bit to Jason too. I don't know, Jason, how you feel about Boeing.
They got a boost from Southwest. 737 MAX orders.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's tell you our logic here. Okay, if you have 2 planes that crash, the Lion Air crash, there's one other.
Yeah.
So the MAX gets grounded for what, 1.5 years, 2 years. Then you have COVID, where all your customers effectively are on life support.
Right.
Literally life support. Except the defense side of Boeing, which is huge. So put that aside. Their commercial aircraft business gets crushed.
Right.
And you're still in business, we think it's a long.
But I mean,
I'm pro Boeing now.
What's the alternative?
There is no
Airbus?
alternative.
Airbus.
But the French?
No.
Yeah, I will make your plane for you, and I'll charge you double.
I mean, I like...
That was my French accent.
This is yeah, I like that.
Escargot is all I know in French.
But this is a great way to say America First policy.
Yeah, America First.
This.
Long Boeing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Beautiful.
Here's one of our favorite names. I actually bought more of this today. Is this AUMN?
Yeah, it's 64 cents.
I added a little bit to it.
I mean, they're just mining tangible assets out of the ground. No big deal.
Are we ready for you to go to Mexico and check out the mine?
I don't need to. Warren Wren was on YouTube showing us videos.
So videos, those can't be doctored. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, where could they be?
There's probably real gold coming out of the ground. Okay. I'm not worried about it. Are you?
Golden Minerals, Golden, Colorado. I'm worried about her.
Now, were we going to digress off the market yet or not?
Not really. I want to talk about like some numbers with Texas manufacturing. You know, all your former Californians are moving to Texas, right? If they don't come here.
Yeah, I talked to the movers who moved us over the weekend. They said their number 1 move is to Texas.
Yeah, well, Texas manufacturing numbers, they smashed expectations with a record-breaking March surge. The manufacturing index jumped 28 points.
I know Roland was considering moving to Texas.
That's the highest jump in 17 years. So here we go. Just Elon Musk moving there made the manufacturing numbers surge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Roland was considering moving to Texas, but he rethought that.
He was smart.
What's that song? In the Name of Love.
Yeah.
Right?
What if all his exes moved to Texas? What do you do then?
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, so what about Volt? What about... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh, I thought you were going to unload it.
No, Roland was going to move to Texas, but he's moving to Nevada.
Volkswagen leaks their name, I don't know if it's on purpose, for their EV line. They said it was by accident to, wait for it, Volkswagen.
Volkswagen!
Yeah, get it? Volts?
I love that name. It's Volkswagen! So Volkswagen is the people's car.
Do they trade OTC? Am I missing something?
Yeah, but it's because they don't. They're Germany.
Yeah,
they don't want to list here.
Okay.
And they trade ADRs in OTC. It's a misleading thing. I mean, you can buy Volkswagen.
Aren't they the largest? I
believe they're the largest car manufacturer in the world.
If not number one, number two.
So when you look at pure volume, I believe they're the largest car manufacturer in the world. I think they own Lamborghini.
Audi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they, when you look at market cap, it's Tesla.
Yeah, for sure. And that's crazy.
Well, Tesla's an energy company.
Yeah.
And they're a mobility company. If you read Kathy Woods not being about an automobile,
that's true.
It's about that massive fleet.
Yep.
So is this true? If anyone on YouTube could comment, let me know. Am I reading this right? You're going to be able to take your own Tesla and put it in the fleet for automatic driving? Now, think about what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. The Tesla will autonomously drive to pick someone up, and you can earn money with your Tesla being in the fleet. So if you own a Tesla and at night you're home, you don't need the Tesla anymore, you can just press a button and the Tesla will leave your house.
Right.
Go pick people up, drop them off, and come back home.
And then you can probably get the live stream from it too. I'm sure there's like cameras.
You get money for it.
Yeah, well, that too. Well, can you get paid in Bitcoin? That'd be the best.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
You just tuck it away.
No, I really think this is fascinating.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Can you imagine owning a Tesla? Like, I have a fleet of taxis. They're Teslas. There's no one in them, and you could literally have your car on the road.
Will they make you get a Tesla medallion like they do with the New York City?
About that. That'd be crazy, right?
They could raise
What's so
capital.
funny? What's the comment?
What is the comment? Is it Volkswagen? Something?
What's going on here? What's the comment?
What did it say?
Oh,
yeah.
You can pimp out your car. That's right,
good,
Michael. Yeah, you could say that nicer than that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Actually, that comment that someone just made about Skynet being real is absolutely true. By the way, that leads into our next story, and the reason why I brought this up was it's a little Skynet-ish, right?
Yep.
But this next story is incredibly disturbing, and I'm not a political guy, but it has ramifications of scary things. Hey, can we bring up the screen real quick, Nick?
Oh, boy.
Let's see what we think about this now.
Was she short spy?
I don't know.
Dude, what is going on here?
Why don't you talk about this real quick?
All right, whatever. Biden's administration, CDC chief, warns U.S. headed for impending doom as COVID cases rise again. Right now, I'm scared. So we got a snowflake as a CDC chief. Trust the science.
No, that's actually not the point I was making with this.
What about her?
I was pointing out about the whole you can have a test connected to your passport.
Oh, you're talking about the
This is bad too.
Show me your papers.
Show me your papers.
Oh boy. You know what?
Why are you here? Get on the train.
Yeah, so even Press Secretary Jen Circleback Psaki, you know that ginger that's out there every day that doesn't have an answer and she circles back? She confirms the White House is working with corporate sector. They should just say corporate partners, right?
Right.
They're colluding together, in my opinion, to formulate a vaccine passport. So you think like Cubans and Venezuelans and people from Eastern Europe that came and fled communism are going to put up with this BS? I know the Americans are sheep. They'll put up with it. I won't put up with it. I'm not taking the jab, but I don't understand.
I took the jab, and I'm going to get a jab again on the 16th.
Yeah.
Different conversation.
Absolutely.
Hey, a friend of mine, really good, really close friend of mine, got vaccinated a week ago and has COVID today. Now, he didn't get it from that. He said he already felt like he had symptoms, actually.
He probably got it from the nasal test.
He and his wife have it, but we're not going to go into who that is.
Anyway.
But a close friend of mine.
So,
and he's feeling fine.
What do you think about this? Won't this go to the Supreme Court, like HIPAA violations, all kinds of like personal liberty and freedom violations?
Just imagine if this is true.
Yeah.
Imagine that that the ramifications of you having to. Now, I know in China, they're like, oh, look at the Chinese. They did it right on your phone. Part of the freedoms we have in the U.S. is the freedom not to do something.
Yeah.
And I know this is a debatable topic, but imagine that you have to have a vaccine and then have it marked on your passport. It on the surface, to the average person that doesn't remember that rights and liberties have been taken from you.
I thought you were going to talk about like 1940s Germany or something.
Well, that's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary.
Well, I mean, my friends I had a friend, Mr. Munn, who survived the ghettos of the Polish ghettos, and to this day, I mean, he's passed away, but he had those things right there on your arm, the tattoos with the number, and he had to wear a certain thing on it that identified that he was Jewish. Are we overreacting?
No, we're not overreacting, because you know what the problem is? People didn't think that they would tax you to breathe with Obamacare, and they literally taxed you to breathe.
Let's do a little experiment. Skyla. And it's okay. I want you to answer it honestly. Skyla's 20 years old. I feel like I just biased your answer. So I'm trying to get the most honest answer out of you. But do you have an objection to taking a vaccine and making sure that your vaccine, that you took it, is on your passport?
I wasn't planning on getting it.
Oh, you weren't planning on getting the vaccine. Hey, I actually heard a good argument the other day. I saw a guy who was getting his vaccine, and he asked his healthcare worker, who was only 26, why has she gotten her vaccine? And she said, I haven't had my kids yet. I'm not getting a vaccine.
Somebody got fired for that.
Now, the head of the person getting that vaccine is very well known. He knew the head of that medical company. So he called him and said, your workers are not getting vaccinated when they can get vaccinated. And he said, this is the head of the healthcare company. Like, think of it like Blue Cross, but I'm not going to give you the name.
Right.
And he said, yes, I support her right to not get it, because we don't know the ramifications of whether she could have kids, what will affect her. We don't have enough data to support whether she should have to get it or not.
Do you want to just put a center-left person on life tilt? You want to put like these flaming snowflake liberals on tilt?
What?
Just tell them my body, my choice. They'll just absolutely lose their I can't say
stuff?
it. Yeah.
My body, my choice sounds like an abortion issue to me.
Well, it's the same thing. My body, my choice.
Right.
So yeah.
Josh, what do you think? You think you should be able to have to get a vaccine and be able to put it on your passport or not? Now, when you think of the topic, at first it's not a big deal. You go, yeah, that kind of makes sense that we know everyone's been vaccinated, they're safe. But when you think about it a little further, what do you think, Josh?
Slippery slope.
Slippery slope, Josh says.
Yeah, you don't need an ID to vote, and you don't need an ID or a COVID test to just invade our country from the southern border right now.
Oh, my God.
You know?
Wow, Roland, that's good. You don't need an ID to vote, but you need a vaccine on your passport.
Yeah.
This is a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Hey, what day are we're talking about Josh and Skyla possibly being on camera, the producers, right? Have we thought about what time that's going to be? I was thinking about it being starting April 12th.
How about? Oh,
I like the idea a lot. Josh is
say,
great looking. He'll be on screen. Everyone will want to look at him.
We should.
Skyla's pretty. They'll all want to look at Skyla. And when you look at me, it's like Beauty and the Beast.
Shouldn't we do it when you're gone? Maybe. Game over, says Joe.
I want to read this here. It says Yang Penguin. Is that how you pronounce that? Hey to you too, Yang Penguin. Young Penguin. Sorry, buddy. Young Penguin. Michael says, it's the same as the duty you owe to drivers on the road. If you don't have a license, you should not be on the road, put others at risk. Interesting.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, but you're not injecting your body with an unproven chemical like with a driver's license. I mean,
but he would be supportive that you have to have an ID to vote.
You get an ID.
This is a slippery slope. This is exactly Josh's point, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's very slippery.
Right.
This country wasn't founded on slippery slopes.
No?
No. It was founded on guns and freedom of religion and liberty.
And no
justice.
boobies.
Yeah. So
Don't show your boobies.
Anyway, the border crisis is another thing where we're just letting people come in without COVID tests. If COVID was such a big deal, why wouldn't they test these people? They just let 2,000 migrants come into America on the honor system. And that's per Henry Cuellar, your Democratic buddy in Texas.
Right.
Yeah.
It does appear that border crisis is not solvable.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like the Dems or Republicans could solve it under Trump. and now it's completely seems out of control.
Well,
is it perception? Because it seems like CNBC is saying it's out of control. Not CNBC, CNN. Sorry about that.
The wall and the immigration was a little bit under control. Still not good immigration reform. We want people to come here legally on merit. We don't want coyotes, taking kids across the border. And
Sure.
so yeah, we need comprehensive immigration reform.
All right. Well, that was enough negative. I don't know. Was that negative? I don't know.
I don't know.
if it's negative.
What about Captain Underpants? He was canceled.
Why was Captain Underpants canceled?
Something to do with passive racism, according to what I
Really?
was reading. Yeah, I guess the pair of friends. It was the book, The Adventure of Uken and Gluck by Dave Pilkey. He said that his book was a pair of friends that were traveling, and they meet a martial arts instructor who taught them kung fu, and I guess that's passive racism.
So let's get to the exciting stuff about baseball, and we're betting baseball. Yes, it's true. I bet on baseball. I'm sorry. Just kidding. You're like your neighbor, right?
Oh, PD Rose?
PD Rose. Hey, let's go to the screen real quick, Nick. Who we got? The Blue Jays and the Yankees.
That's opening day schedule right there.
105.
That's not April Fool's.
This is not April Fool's.
It's real.
We're really opening.
Yeah.
Okay, we told everyone April 15th.
Yeah, I must have thought it was tax day. I don't know. I had my wires crossed. There's been a lot going on.
But all these games are just so on opening day, does every single team play?
I don't. Let's see. Is there 14 games there? Yeah, it looks like everybody's playing that day. Yep.
Are we betting on all 14 teams?
No, we're not fish.
Okay, what does that mean?
That's like whale bets. You're not just like firing darts. We're gonna look and make sure all the guys that are starting pitchers aren't going to be in COVID protocol. And we're gonna.
But when are we going to tell them about our bets?
Well, we're going to give them picks that day. There's going to be afternoon games.
Yeah, but if it's 1:05 Eastern time.
See, I can't give them picks the day before because I need to know the weather and the lineups. There's late scratches and stuff like that.
Right, but you got to give them your picks though. What are you got to have some locks and.
Well, I'll give them the afternoon or the night games if there's a good game that I like. That I'll give them the pick for that.
Like White Sox Angels.
Yeah, like you have Eastern. These are all Eastern times.
Right. So what games will you think you'll be betting on?
Well,
what's your best guess? Come on, I mean, we want people to know what your best guess is.
The best guess, I'm going to be betting probably on the White Sox and Angels game.
All right. Okay.
And I'll probably be betting on the Astros.
Astros Athletics game.
Yeah.
And then what about the Giants Mariners?
I don't think so. Nope.
Huh.
Not going to be betting on
Are you going to share some of your thoughts with these guys? Because my concept here is I want to understand how come you're so good at betting on baseball.
Well, baseball is a long season. It's a 162-game schedule.
Sure.
Some of the most important things are to stay consistent with your procedures every day.
I did some math. Is that 2,400 games? Or is it 4,800 games?
What do we got? We got 28 teams, I think. So 14 games.
I thought it was like 40. How many games is it?
There's 162.
I thought there were 30 teams.
I mean, there's infinite amount of games.
Well, they're not infinite amount. How
Well,
many
it's
games
a
are
ton.
there?
I mean, it's millions.
What?
It's tons. It's tons.
What? Oh, yes. I thought it was like 2,400 games. And we're going to be betting on about 600 of them.
Yeah, well, maybe. We'll see. I don't really break it down like that.
Okay, if I'm in the audience right now, I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, what are we going to do?
We're not overbetting.
Are you on the spot or right here? Right
Here's
now?
here's
you
what
feel
we're
under pressure.
Here's what we're not doing. We're not overbetting. That's how you lose.
I don't want you to overbet. I just want you to tell them what you're going to give them. What day can they get the pick that you're going to give them?
They'll get the pick when I give it to them. If there's no play, there'll be no play.
Jesus.
It's
All
that
right,
simple.
whatever.
We'll have a
Okay.
$50K bankroll. We'll have 1% of our bankroll will be in play. That's a $500 wager. It's 1%. That's the unit size.
All right, tomorrow we'll be talking about betting. Thursday we'll.
No, let's talk about it now.
No, we don't need to talk about it now. You're not ready to give them a pick.
What do you mean? What kind of pick? We're 3 days away.
Okay, let's talk about it now then.
All right, fine. So the keys. Here's the keys. Do you want to know why?
I want to understand the keys of betting baseball.
Perfect. I have it right here on this 8.5 by 11. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
I just don't get writer's cramp for my living. All right. So anyway.
Let's go.
All right. So the strategy is to focus on finding value in underdogs. Todd. Anybody can just pay chalk and like take minus 200 Garrett
I feel
Coles.
like you're angry with me.
No, it's just you didn't let me.
I didn't do anything.
You didn't let me talk about the process. Trust the process.
I trust the process. I trust in Jason.
Anyway.
In Jason, we trust. Let's go.
So yeah, you find value in underdogs and never paying big juice. Like you'll see my picks, they'll almost never be above minus 130. Okay, what that means is minus 130 would be you have to bet $130 to win $100. Okay, So we're going to focus on plus money, as they would call it. We're going to focus on underdogs. We'll be line shopping at all the various sports casinos in Las Vegas to get the best price. It really matters in baseball to get the right odds because they vary quite a bit compared to the other sports.
Michael Walker wants to know if you'll check the pitchers' passports before you're picking them. Sorry,
I won't.
He was just being a smart
Dude, that's
ass.
a great one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It depends if they get the COVID in their pitching arm or not. The
Exactly.
shot, the second jab in the pitching arm, they're probably going to be
Richard
limited.
Ritter gave us a hamburger.
That's a great
You got
one.
to talk to this guy. I mean, the guy's like nothing but supportive. I got to know this guy.
What does he want to know?
I don't know. I want to talk to him. You got a question for us, Richard? Let's go, baby.
Anyway, so we'll use such resources as Fangraphs, Baseball Savant, Daily Baseball Data, Covers.com, MLB.com. We'll be studying weather, travel, bullpen, the usage of the bullpen, the umpires, platoon late inning matchup, stadium size, whether or not the catcher was, hanging out with some bimbo the night before, all that good stuff.
That would ruin the pitcher's day.
Yeah, his ability to call a good game.
Got it.
Yeah. So that stuff is all it's part of a process. You sit down, you literally have like 10 tabs open on your laptop. The tabs on your laptop, they never go away. They stay on your laptop the entire season.
Wow.
Yeah, so you just refer to that. That does
So
your resources.
you're going to get the audience involved in your sort of risk on gaming, risk
Yeah.
on betting.
Yeah, it'll be
And you're going to be calling baseball for them.
Yeah, I'm going to be giving some picks.
The locks.
Yeah, if they like them, they
What did
like
you say
them.
to me? It was like you're going to give them some free just to get them addicted to your picks, right?
We're gonna give them a little bit
of
get them juiced up,
go.
like Jose Canseco.
Yeah.
And then then we might
Because apparently Jason's like great at handicapping baseball. Now I haven't set the bar too high for you.
No, I'm just gonna win
Right?
like 50,
Just too high, right? That's a goat.
57,
Yeah, I
58%. That's all I need.
58%.
Yeah, that's all I need.
You can win 58% of the time and what? Make $100? What?
No, did you listen? We don't pay juice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
we don't pay juice.
I got you.
Yeah, we get underdogs.
Did
So
you
let me give you an
listen?
example. All right, so look, if Clayton Kershaw is pitching against some bum, right? They think he's a bum. He was called up from AAA. Turns out he's a nasty lefty. Just got called up from AAA, right? But he's a severe underdog. He's plus 300, right? So do you think Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers are like 3 times better than that major league pitcher and his lineup of players? No, generally not. That's not going to happen. So there's so much value in betting underdogs in baseball. I just can't stress that enough.
Right.
Where you lose in baseball is taking these chalk bets. Taking like Garrett Cole, taking like all these aces like Justin Verlander. So don't do that. And don't take the run line either. Oh, minus 1.5. We'll take Garrett Cole. Don't do that either. You'll see. You'll see my strategy. If it works, I'll look like a hero.
I'm nervous.
If it doesn't work, I look like a 0. That's all.
Hey, let's get to the Suez Canal real quick.
Real quick, Richard asked a question about our thoughts on Nokia.
Oh. Let's bring it up.
They still make phones?
Haha.
Oh, security?
What's the symbol? NOK, right?
Yeah. Knock. Knock stock. Say it 3 times.
Knock.
Stock. Do we have anything for that? No?
The problem with this isn't this a meme stock? Is Nokia
Yeah, it falls in with Express and BlackBerry and COS and GME and AMC. Yeah, all those.
they were a huge flyer for one time.
Yeah. I don't know what you want to talk about this thing.
There's someone on there right now Andrea B, who claims that the vaccine doesn't stop you from spreading it.
I believe it.
Yeah,
That person that's talking about that, she's pretty educated.
I know. Is the pretty part or the educated part?
It's both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's definitely pretty for sure. And she's educated. I know that, but sorry.
If it's so like destroying to human lives, why are these people out in the public with pre-existing conditions going shopping at forum shops, eating dinner?
So this run up here in
It's a joke.
Nokia right here is the mean part, right? Because there's a lot of people behind this, but isn't Nokia a pretty big? The Nokia I remember was from the 2000s when they were. This is an example of these guys were Atari, right? I mean, these guys were when I met my wife, she had a Nokia phone. You could pay Snake on it. You remember Snake?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and they've kind of evolved and changed over time.
Well, Nintendo came out, and then who came out against Nokia? So
Well, that would be probably
the
BlackBerry.
Razor. Yeah, who made the Razor?
Mobile.
Was that Black?
The Motorola. Motorola.
That Razor was baller for a while. Remember that?
They used to call a cell phone in Hong Kong a Motorola.
Motorola.
Yeah, I mean, Motorola was there before everyone. I mean, really there before everyone.
Didn't they make
Do you
the
even
bag?
know what a Motorola is?
Yeah,
Look
they
at
made
this
the
guy,
bag
it's like
phones.
Motorola.
Yep.
Richard, I want to give you full disclosure on Nokia. So I will do this. I'll make a commitment that Jason and I will look at this. I know enough about it to be dangerous from a chart perspective, which is I don't like to just use charts. I like to use fundamentals and confirm with the chart. The 6 month is up 11 cents. The year to date is up 13 cents. The 1 year it's up 97 cents.
I'm looking at
The
it right
5
now.
year it's down $1.78. And my recollection of this, today it's down 4 cents, is that there is a ton of shares outstanding in Nokia.
Let's take a look.
And ever since that they sold to Microsoft their phone system, which they sold their portable phone business to them. I mean, their cellular phone business to them, mobile phones. And they wrote off that whole $7 or $8 billion they paid for it.
You drilled that. You know what the free float on this thing is?
It's something sick in terms of number of shares outstanding.
It's like you think Sundial has a lot of shares.
What is it?
5.62 billion.
Yeah, and that's a big number relative to something like Apple, which has a lot of shares outstanding, or Microsoft. But I don't think Nokia has the free cash flow. And when you look at Microsoft, they've been buying back their float, and so was Apple. Apple bought back about 10% of the company, I believe.
You know what I'd like to see them do? I usually would never say this, like never. I'd like to see them reverse the stock.
Yeah, but that's not the kind of answer Richard wants.
No, I know. But
Let's reverse it. Right?
If you want to make this thing trade better, and if you want more liquidity, and if you just want, I just think that right now it's just I don't know.
I know, but I wonder what the fundamentals are, because if you think of it, what Richard's saying about Nokia, let's bring this chart up one more time about Nokia. And I want to look at the 1 year, right?
Wow, there's a lot of bag holders in this stock. Average
The
cost
1 year's
$6.
97 cents, right up, right? So the interesting thing about it, if their business is fundamentally sound, they are a $20 billion business with $5 billion outstanding. I wonder what kind of debt they have. And if they're legitimately a $20 billion business, are they growing? Then maybe this $4 stock becomes a $6 stock someday. But I don't know that it's ever really traded like some of these other stocks. Plus, they're based overseas, right? Aren't they a Swedish firm?
Let me take a look at a couple more things.
Are they Swiss? No, I think Nokia is based in. No.
Let's take a look at a couple.
They're
more things.
they're a European. They're like Swedish or Dutch or. Now maybe they merged with someone in Japan because I see a OY there, OYJ there. But this isn't evolved Nokia. This is like saying, Finnish. Yeah, Finnish. There you go.
Northern Europe.
Yeah. So they're this takes some investigation. I definitely, Richard, will spend some time on that for you. Yeah, like Jeff said, Finland. Let's see what Richard's saying here. I was thinking it was dangerous as well. Lots of good news, but wasn't sure. For some reason, that stock has not traded the same for a long time, and I think it's the pure. So think of it like from a closely held perspective. I think all those shares are outstanding. I think management doesn't own that much.
You know, the average volume though is pretty high, 96 million per.
Oh, it
per
trades
day.
like a ton.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So Richard may be right that if you built a position, I mean, the good news is if it has like if you look at the channel, what's it been like $3 to forget that spike on the meme side?
Yeah,
$3 to $5. You could build a position there if you're confident in the long-term value of the business, that you can make some money if you build a position over time.
it's kind of in no man's land. So here's what I think. Like when I have my parameters set up for scanners, and this float just would never meet the criteria necessary for that to be a day trade or a swing trade. And then if you think about it, like as from an investment standpoint, how many people are looking to go long, like really put something in your 401k or IRA as a $4 stock as like a significant name. I'm just not look. It's kind of like, do you day trade it? No, you can't day trade it. The float's terrible. Do you swing trade it? Well, no, it's been channel locked for a while. Do you invest in it? Well, I don't know. It's a $4 stock. I don't know. Like, what do I do with this
Richard may wake up one day though when it spikes. I mean, I'll look at it again.
Oh, I'm not saying you can't make money on it. But yeah, there's just so many.
I'd be more interested, Richard, to see if it was a long-term play. Like, really, what are their prospects long-term? And I definitely will look into it for you for sure. And I appreciate your support for the channel.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Richard.
Keep them coming.
And we'll definitely look at it. Hey, I didn't realize the time was flying by. Let me give you the story. So, My wife hires movers. They pack up our house in Orange County. They decide they're going to deliver on Sunday. That should be a warning sign to all of you right now, right? I hate moving. I hate it. I hate it. Okay, so we hire movers. The movers show up at our house, our new house, but our new house is behind a gated community. And by the way, the guards have guns. Like, I mean, real guns. Like, this isn't like some security guard that like, hey, I'm a security guard on the weekends. They have handguns.
Yeah.
I mean, this is real, right? And I was like, handguns? Like, yeah, we're all armed here, okay? So I know that I'll get in a lot of trouble for this. Let's just say that, who was it? The guard was an African-American woman who made it really clear those two trucks are not getting through this gate while I'm here on a Sunday. Why, you ask? Because the HOA does not allow moving on Sundays. No commercial applications or vehicles on a Sunday.
And you were okay with that?
No, I wasn't.
No.
We drove all the way from California to Nevada, had the big trucks there that had to be unloaded because the trucks had to be back there that night. So I had to scramble and find two 10x30 storage units. Not so easy to do on a Wednesday at 9 a.m. Or excuse me, on a Sunday at 9 a.m.
Right.
So I found, I called, I was involved in taking them public too. Public storage, well, logical. And they found me a 10x10 and a 10x30. We drove all the way 12 miles to that facility. They said, oh no, those aren't good until Wednesday. They gave you the wrong information. At this point, God. I'm at what's called Max Q. And if you don't know what Max Q is, just watch a little launch from Mission Control at SpaceX. I'm at Max Q right now, right? Full Max Q.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy comes back out and says, I have found two 10x30s 6 miles away. I've confirmed they're there. They're indoors. They're ready to go. They're waiting for you. You can be there at 12 o'clock. So I bought the whole crew. I said, I'll take the whole crew to lunch wherever you want. They chose McDonald's. Not my first choice, but we went to McDonald's. I love McDonald's, but that's because I'm overweight. Not everyone loves it. My wife's like, she'd probably rather have like a piece of seaweed for breakfast, but she's one of those.
Let me guess. What'd you get? Big Mac meal deal with a Diet Coke?
I don't eat the Big Mac. I eat a quarter pounder, but this time they had a new chicken sandwich to compete with Popeyes, so I got the spicy McDonald's sandwich.
And?
It was good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Not as good as Popeyes, but it was good. I liked it. Long story short, we got to the facility, and 5 or 6 hours later, they unloaded, and they drove the trucks back to California. So my stuff is in 2 storage units. My house is closed, and I can't move into the 9th.
Wow.
Do you know why I can't move in the 9th? Because the movers have to come back because they're insured, right? Because the company moved. The whole thing is a mess. Now, I kind of get why HOAs don't want you doing commercial. I'm actually okay with the idea that on a Sunday, people like to have their Sundays off and not have commercial stuff taking place at the house. I'm actually sympathetic to them. But this is a lesson to all you out there. You better check with the HOA before you move in. Because I also learned that you have to get pre-approval to move in. So it didn't matter if it would have been a Monday or Tuesday. Without pre-approval, you ain't moving in.
Pre-approval.
Yes. I bought the house. We'll let you know when you could move in.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, but we're kind of gated community.
Show me your papers.
With your vaccine.
Yes.
We're all good.
That's coming.
It's soon enough, right?
You're not going to get in here unless you show me your papers, and it's going to be that lady at gunpoint. She's going to be strapped.
Hey, it's the 29th of March. This is the 40th episode of Risk On. Thanks to Josh for hanging out with us for 40 episodes.
Oh, I got one more thing.
We're going to go to that.
Go ahead.
Skyla, Nick, our director. Nick, our assistant director. What's wrong with me? Brett, our director. Nick, our assistant director. Crypto Joe for helping out. Willie Ames, head of media at the company. Jason, you've been with me for 40 episodes. Are we friends now?
40 strong.
I had dinner with you and Andrea and my wife. It sounds like we're friends.
We're doing pretty good.
Yeah,
man.
we are. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, for sure.
We got 1 minute to go. What do you got?
Oh, so I want to know, give us some feedback. Who would be interested in seeing us do some live streaming?
I don't need your feedback.
Okay.
We're doing live streaming of poker. We're doing where's it going to be?
We're going to try to do it at the El Cortez.
El Cortez, playing poker live. And if I win any money, I'm going to give it to the audience.
That's awesome. We're going to try to do a live stream of the Ultimate Texas Hold'em. It's the variant of Texas Hold'em, the regular game. And if they let me, well...
What?
If they let me play blackjack.
Ooh.
I got to be careful, though.
He's banned from a lot of blackjack. Hey, like I said, it's the 40th episode. We're grateful. We're working on it. If you have any suggestions how we can make the show better, we're going to start having guest hosts next month. No, not guest hosts. Guests on the show. What is wrong with me?
We need a Red Bull.
Maybe the moving. I need a Red Bull.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for being on the show. The market's blah as far as I'm concerned.
We're going to turn it around.
Hey, I'm long GE. I bought a little GE today. You guys take care. Make sure you do your own homework. Be well. It's the 29th of March. We'll see you tomorrow.